Main Street. He and his guests will answer your questions and provide you with valuable information. Stay tuned and join in the conversation. Follow them on Facebook at Jack Miller Down to Business or on Twitter at HJackMiller1.
When the earth was created, the word came down. Take this world and
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. This is Jack Miller with my main man, Todd Cohen.
How are
Todd,
you?
how are you today?
I'm doing great, Jack. How are you?
Honestly, I'm in a foul mood.
Uh-oh.
I am so mad over so many things. I know you don't want to hear it, but you're going to hear it because I kind of went off to the audience. I went off on Todd. Poor guy comes early to prep a little bit and things like that, and I just go off on him. But
Look, I mean, there was a guy named Dennis Miller. I don't know if any of you out there are old enough to remember him from Saturday Night Live. He had his own show. Every show, he'd go off on a rant during the show, and I think Jack has done that enough.
So can I tell you about my past couple
Yeah.
days? First, we're super excited. At the 3:30 mark, we have Diamond and Silk live. They were on our show, I think it was, when was it? In November 22nd, 2015, before the Trump train took off. Whatever you like them, we're not partisan here or political. They're just funny ladies who stand for what they believe, and they're going to be very vocal today. Yesterday, a lot of controversy broke with them in Facebook, and we're going to talk about that. So at the 3:30 mark, we got a lot of good stuff to talk about, and I want to talk about a lot of stuff before then. But I just have to rant, Todd, if you don't mind. I am so.
I don't mind.
I tell you, I operate a business. I somehow function in the world. I think the world is so screwed up. We are so tired, or we're so complacent that we accept mediocrity. Is that the
Mediocrity.
right word? Mediocrity. Everyone's trying to be a minimalist in the world. Everyone's trying to get out of things instead of doing more.
I think minimalism is like a school of art. So I think you're saying everyone's trying to do the bare minimum.
Everyone's trying to do the bare minimum, push the bone on someone else, or push it on someone else instead of trying to do more. Everyone's trying to do less. We've got used to garbage service. Am I allowed to say crappy? Crappy service. Just on everything. Waitresses, just everything is just crappy service. And I'm sick and tired of it. I can't take it. I've had so many examples this week, whether it be employees or customers. People aren't returning my emails. People aren't returning my calls. You get people, it's just unbelievable how lazy and lack of energy everyone is. And then they get mad at you because you have energy and you want to hold them to a high standard.
How dare you have energy?
What is the matter with the world? Do you feel this way, or is it me?
I mean, there are times every single day that I don't understand what the people around me are thinking or doing or why they don't care. That's what it seems like. People just don't care.
People don't care, but they want to earn a lot of money. They want a lot of days off. They want this. They want that. They don't want to put forth the effort. It was so bad. I think it was last Wednesday night. I came home and one of my sons. This is the truth. I go in my office when I come home. And I actually put on some, believe it or not, Liza Minnelli. I was singing to Liza Minnelli. I shut the door because the dog barks. I was answering emails, and one of my sons told my wife that she should make me a drink because I was so stressed out from people not caring. And what is it? That this world thinks they shouldn't care. Everyone's looking to get out. Everyone wants more for less. I have a new motto. Work. Be harder. I think we give away too much in this world, to be honest with you. I think people are overpaid. People are doing too little. I think people should work harder. If your job is 9 to 5, work 8 till 6. Don't look how to get out of it, because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of taking bad service. I'm sick of taking people who don't want to work or who are just doing whatever. I don't know, Todd.
What do you say to the people who, because of the economy that we're in, not only are they working 8 to 5 or 9 to 5 with you, but they're also working a second, maybe even a third job just to make ends meet?
Well, look, I'll tell you an example I had. It is the true example. A single mom. I think she had 1 or 2 kids. She was working for me. She was a hard-working girl. She really was. And she was a waitress in the evenings and the weekends. She did the best she could. But unfortunately, I'm paying her a salary. She ran in. She ran out. We gave her time off. She came in late. Of course, her kid was in school. Her kid was sick. We didn't deduct time. But you know what? I need my job done too. I feel bad for her. She's salt of the earth. If you want to hold your job, you have to have a situation where you create value for your employer. No one wants to hire you I know we're a business show. This is really the first time we're talking business in a while. But people, if you want to keep your job, you got to create value. You have to make yourself indispensable. If not, you're gone.
Right.
So
Right.
I'm just sick of it. I'm ready to explode. I feel like I'm ready to have a stroke because I can't stand dealing with people. And you know what? I want to get all the what's the word?
Mediocrity.
Mediocrity out of my life. So if you're in my life, if you're a mediocre person, get out. I'll find somebody else.
Well, it took you 5 minutes to work yourself into a lather. So,
I feel much better now. I got it off my chest. I got it off my
anything else? Anything else bothering you right now?
Not really. I'm pretty happy. Other than I can't stand dealing with people, I'm pretty happy. people just drive me crazy. But
Okay.
Other than that, I'm pretty happy. You know what it is? I give everything my all. I work hard. I get up in the morning, check my email. I'm working an hour before I take a shower. I go to work. I come home. I eat. I'm working for 2-3 hours. I ignore my wife and my kids. I just want everyone to care a little bit.
Right. Do you sleep much at night?
No, I don't sleep at all at
What
night.
keeps you up, or why don't you sleep?
Other people, to be honest with you, I'm so stressed out. I wish I had an I don't give a you-know-what attitude.
Sure.
But other people not doing their job, I feel like I'm a giant babysitter. Now, don't misunderstand. I don't want the people thinking this. I am blessed. I have great family, and my family and my kids, I'm so proud of them. They work hard. They are hardworking. My boys work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm very, very proud of them. My wife is a hard worker. Everyone around me is a hard worker. But occasionally you let these people, these vendors, slip in. Let me tell you another crazy story, and tell me if I'm nuts.
Go ahead.
Okay? So, for those who don't know, we're in the real estate business. We have a bunch of properties up north. So we have camera systems at most of the properties. So this year, we used a new snow vendor. And in the body of this 28-page contract, it says if there's a problem, you have to let them know in five days. Okay, whatever. One of the girls in the office signed it, didn't pay close attention to it. So he did one of the snowstorms, and there was a lot, in I think it was December, Christmas, whatever, there was a lot of snowstorms, and he billed us like for snow removal, all the same day. And the way he pays, it's by the inch and then by the salting.
By the inch.
It is. It's not a sex thing. It's not like a stud. But like 1 to 4 inches, you pay X dollars and so on, and every time they come out. So we get the bill. The bill was like literally a fortune. I don't want to mention amounts, but it was a fortune. So I tell her, check the tape. So we checked the tape, and this schmuck, this idiot, bills us for times he wasn't out there. He's billing us for salting. He's billing us for this. He didn't do it. We have it on tape. So we don't pay the bill. We contact him. He says, "Oh, you're past the 5 days. Go pound sand." He says, "Go, cocky man, go jump in the lake." I mean, this is what goes on. So
Right.
I tell the guy, you know what? I'm not paying you a red penny until you do it. We finally settled for something, but you have to go through a month of aggravation, and I'm just sick of everything. I can't take it anymore.
Let's talk about America's health system if you want to start talking about that red tape like that. Let's talk about that. You ever try and get money back or resolve some sort of claim in a hospital?
So I don't want to tell. I'll tell you a story. I don't want to. I got a situation going now, but I don't even want to get into it. I'll save it for another.
Why? Let's talk about it right now. Let's get it all off our chest. I think this is therapeutic.
Okay, if you really want to know, so I go for my annual physical, right?
Yeah.
So the doctor, I get winded now when I go up steps and do certain other things. Whatever, I'm 56, I'm a little overweight. So the doctor sends me to a cardiologist. First of all, did you ever take one of those stress tests where you're running and this and
Yes.
that? I didn't think I was going to make it through the stress test. It's like 15 or 20 minutes. I literally thought I was going to die. And the whole time on the treadmill, I'm picturing a guy before me sweating, and I don't think they wiped off his...
And you're a germaphobe
Oh
like
my
I am.
God!
Right?
And I'm picturing Curb Your. I don't know if you remember when Larry David did it. So I'm picturing this whole thing. Okay, I go for the stress test. They say everything's fine. 2 days later, they don't call you back, but the nurse calls back and says they may have seen a blockage in your heart or your arteries. Go for some other tests. So I call up the medical lab. The bottom line is, 2 weeks later, they don't approve it. They're still waiting to approve. My wife's still fighting with them over some other test to see if I have a blockage in my artery. That's the truth.
Right. So something that could cause instantaneous death is not approvable in our health system. We have insurance, and something that could cause death. Literally, death immediately is not approved.
What I think the funnier part is when I found out they weren't approving it, so I called them up and, okay, what am I going to do? So the girl tells me it's $550. I said, okay, I'll pay it. Like, I'm panicked out. I may have a clogged artery. Who the heck knows? My wife comes in the room. She goes, "What are you doing?" "You can't pay that. It's principal. You pay Blue Cross. They should pay it." My wife wouldn't let me pay.
That's right.
I know. So anyway, what do you mean that's right? I'm could be dying here. My wife wouldn't let me get the stupid test because of the $550. You think that's right?
Well, once you pay it, then it takes forever to get it resolved.
We'll never get it
you
back.
Never
We're
get it
very
back.
bad.
You never get it back.
So that's my healthcare story. And literally this week, right before we got on air, my wife sent me a text. The doctor's out to lunch now. It's unbelievable, the healthcare system.
It is awful.
I know. Anyway,
Let's talk about something good.
Good?
Yeah, what do you got?
So,
Nothing.
Yeah, I'm looking at my notes. I don't know. There's a lot of good. Do you think Trump is now at war with it's becoming apparent. Trump, I think, is at war with the Department of Justice, and the Department of Justice is at war with Trump. It's unprecedented, the raid on Michael Cohen's, I think, 2 offices, condo, and hotel at the same time.
It's unprecedented, and America may become unprecedented. How do you like that?
I don't know. You know what? First of all, I have so little trust in our justice system. Well, I wasn't a huge fan of Obama, but he tried to make changes to our criminal justice system, but he didn't make enough, and Trump is trying to make them now. And I think that Trump should make more changes to our criminal justice system because it's so corrupt. I don't know what happened. I don't know if there was collusion, not collusion. What do I know? I'm just a poor slob trying to get by. But it's unbelievable that they did this. And it is, you got to say, it is a double standard that what happened with Clinton, who basically, they didn't do any raiding. All her emails disappeared. They admitted, what do? She made a joke about washing the evidence. She put bleach on it, and they destroyed this. That was passed upon, and they're raiding Trump's office. I don't know what happened, but all I know, it's very dangerous for America. And I'll tell you what else I think is dangerous. I think this is the bigger thing. It's becoming, and we're going to talk about this with Diamond and Silk soon, it's becoming a terrible situation where you're having the boycotts. The left is boycotting vendors who support the right, and the right is boycotting vendors who support the left. So
right.
All of a sudden, you're going to have fast food places that are good for the left and bad for the right, or whatever, vice versa. And I don't know if you followed the Laura Ingraham story this week, but I thought, again, whether you agree with them or not, I think both sides, the polarization is terrible. I think I told you right before I came here, I left the office, and a couple people asked me who I'm having on the show. Oh, you're having Diamond and Silk? We watch CNN. So that's how you define who you
right.
are? I think it's just bad for society when we're so polarized. And I think, by the way, it was equally bad, I think, when Obama was in office. There were a lot of right-wing people who thought he was the devil, and he wasn't the devil that people made him out to be. He wasn't the saint that he made him out to be. I don't think Trump's the devil that they make him out to be or the saint that they make him out to be. But I think this divide is causing real problems for our society, and if we don't, us regular people, do something with it, it's going to be terrible. I know that I've lost friends. I know a lot of people have lost friends because of their political beliefs. I don't even have any political beliefs. I can't say. No, it's the truth because I don't like any of them. So,
well, I think it gets exacerbated. We live in a very divisive society, and I think everything is exacerbated because everyone has a chance, to become their own pundit. I mean, people can weigh in on every single issue on social media every day. But not only that, we have so many different sources of media being blasted in our face. Some of them aren't even legitimate. Some of them really are fake news. And the legitimate ones, because they're trying to get viewership, have to, have such a slant or bias in what they say to bring in more viewers that it completely ruins sort of like the unbiased nature of what media should be in the first place.
I got you. The problem is, from the station's point of view, unless you're really radical, people don't watch you. But I think from the consumer, or the average American's point of view, we want news. I don't think there's any news. I get my news, to be honest with you, from Twitter and Google. I don't get news. I can't get news from any of the mainstream media. All it is talking heads.
We got to take a break.
Okay, we'll be back in 2 minutes. We're taking a break and we're coming back.
That's how it is. We got to pay our bills.
Todd, thank you for calming me down. You were my psychiatrist today.
Did you invest in non-liquid real estate partnership? Do you want and need liquidity? There is finally an answer. Quick Liquidity is a direct buyer real estate monitoring interests and tenants in common investments across the country. To find out if we would buy your non-liquid investments, call us at 561-221-0881. or visit us at quickliquidity.com. That's quickliquidity.com. Gelt Financial Corporation, in business since 1989, offers a stated income mortgage loan for non-owner-occupied residential and commercial real estate investors for purchases, refinances, and yes, cash-out refinances. Are you tired of dealing with invasive and unreliable banks or brokers who charge large amounts of upfront fees and never deliver on their promises? Call Gelt Financial at 561-221-0900. That's 561-221-0900. Our stated income loan does not require tax returns. Due to the light documentation, we can offer quick closings and approvals, usually within 1 day. This program has a 30-year term with no balloon payment, with loan amounts from $100,000 all the way up to $5 million. When your bank says no, we say yes. Call Gelt at 561-221-0900 or visit us at geltfinancial.com. That's GELT financial.com. Welcome back to It's Down to Business with Jack Miller. Follow them on Facebook at Jack Miller Down to Business or on Twitter at HJackMiller1.
When the earth was created, the word came down. Take this world and
Hello,
turn
everyone.
it
Welcome
around.
back. Thanks for sticking out. I apologize, first of all, for the commercials. We're trying to get... We have a lot of technical issues with the video, the audio, the commercials. Hopefully we'll get it worked out next week, but I apologize. And I know some people are having problems signing on through the Jack Miller, or the way to sign on is through Facebook, Jack Miller Down to Business, as well as a bunch of other
Right.
places.
Plus, we were blindsided a little bit by this video feed aspect of this new show, and we apologize to all of you, our viewers, because Jack and I do have faces for radio. So being on television is a whole new element of surprise, if you know what I mean. So we apologize.
I think we were just insulted. Todd, what do you think? Serious subject. I want to go from my rant to
a
serious
serious subject or a serious subject?
Syria, a serious subject. What do you think of the gassing going on there? What do you think should happen? What do you think is going to happen?
I mean, in today's day and age, if a country or a leader of a country, supposedly,
Let me ask you a question, Todd.
uses-
Does it look better if I button up? What do
you
you
look
guys
like
think?
James Bond,
I-
man of mystery.
I look like
Austin
James
Powers.
Bond. He's my favorite Austin
There you
Powers.
go. That's what you look like.
I still think Elizabeth Hurley is cute. I don't know how old she is.
Yeah, she's not bad.
And you know what? If you follow her on Twitter, I'm not plugging Elizabeth Hurley, and believe me, I'm madly in love with my wife. But if you follow her on Twitter, she's always posting pictures of herself at the beach in bikinis.
You remember when Hugh Grant cheated on her? It was like 25 years ago.
I
think.
never understood that.
I mean, but everyone, I guess it's whatever. Let's not get on that.
Okay,
Syria, you were
forget-
talking about Syria. I mean, we're getting into Hugh Grant and Elizabeth.
I don't know. You said Austin Powers right away.
This is what I think about
thinking-
Syria. I think any leader of any country, or any non-leader, frankly, that uses chemical warfare on innocent citizens should immediately be strung up by their testicles. I mean, in the town square. I mean, I don't care.
It's a female. What are we stringing them up by there?
Well, I can think of a couple things.
But no, seriously. But what? Okay, that sounds great, and that's pounding your chest. But what do we do as a country to stop him? I
don't understand why we didn't stop him the first time he used chemical weapons. I mean, he's still been doing it, and hundreds of thousands of more people have been killed since then.
Look, I'll give you my view on it. I think part of the problem is I don't think it's not a simple problem because you have a Russia in there, you have Iran in there, and a lot of the money that we gave for this Iran deal, I think every one of these senators should resign or should be voted out who gave Iran whatever, I forget how many hundreds of billions of dollars, a lot of it was in cash, are going to Hezbollah and Hamas and all that. And that's what's affecting Syria. I agree. I think
in part. I mean, there's more to it than that.
There's a lot more to it.
Yeah.
But the part of the problem is, if you are Bashar al-Assad, what are you going to do? You have to fight to the death, because if you give yourself up, they're going to take you to the head.
Well, no one's saying that he should give himself up. But I don't understand, even his allies, how they can sit by and allow that to happen, not once, but now twice.
His
allies need to get rid of him. It doesn't matter. Like, this is not Americans getting upset politically because our president voted for or against a health care bill. Okay, this is him using chemical weapons of mass destruction against what really are his own people.
Innocent little kids.
I don't really care like where you come out on.
I agree. The question is what should be done. I agree with you. I think we should take him out. I think we should do one of two things. I think we should go to Russia and say, you give him asylum, get him out of this country, or we're taking it over. You got 30 days or whatever.
I think
similar to what H.W. Bush did for Kuwait. We got to form an alliance and take it over because because the problem is you say his allies are our enemies.
No, more pressure needs to be put on Iran and Russia to say, listen, okay, enough is enough. This doesn't fly in today's society, and either you remove him or we're going to. Okay, and that's the way it needs to be said. It needs to be understood. Period.
But does America have the will for another war? And that's really what.
Why does there have to be a war? Why does there need to be a war about this?
You're right.
That guy committed war crimes.
The problem is
it's treasonable on a world stage.
I got you. It's treasonable, but we have to stop their air force. You're right. It doesn't have to be a ground war. We could do what we did in Libya, send in the UN, which is totally worthless. By the way, the UN is another piece of garbage thing. Every other day, the UN is quiet on Syria today because they're condemning Israel.
It's a clown show.
Every other day.
The UN is a clown show.
I agree.
They're about to did you see what they're going to do? They're going to promote Syria to be like the leader of like the world's anti-nuclear and chemical war, forum or something of that nature.
Do you follow our Facebook page? Somebody posted that we're a white clown show for having, or maybe they didn't use the word white. I think they said we're a clown show for having Diamond and Silk on the other day.
Well, I don't understand though. I mean, Diamond and Silk are entertaining people. They're guests. They have their own.
It's so
beliefs.
I know we're jumping around here, but it's so polarizing. This guy didn't like Diamond and Silk, and he said that we're a clown show for having them on.
Well, that means every single time there's someone on any TV show that someone doesn't like, they're going to call that a clown show. I mean, that's unbelievable.
That's the society we live in.
Look, House of Cards was a good show, and look at Kevin Spacey. He was the star of that show.
I loved him.
Well, yeah, but he's an asshole. Am I allowed to say that?
Why is he? Why? What did he do? I still don't know what he did.
Well, I mean, that can be proven?
Yeah. Because he was accused. So, you're accused. I think this whole. I know I'm going to get in trouble. My wife's going to kill me. Everyone's going to kill me. This whole sexual, abuse thing is crazy. You accuse someone of something, and you lose everything today. All I have to publicly do is say, XYZ did something to me, and it's curtain.
You're right.
Your career's
look,
over.
people should have their day in court. It just seems with certain people that were brought out in this whole Me Too movement, it seems that. There was a little more evidence than there needed to be.
Look, there has to be a middle ground. But what about when the hot waitress comes over to your table and she's barely dressed? What is she dressed like that for?
But what does that mean?
I don't know. She's showing off her goods. She wants something from me.
A tip. A big tip.
Yeah, she wants me to be turned on by her and like her. All I'm saying is I think there's a little bit of a double standard. To be candid with you, I think the women are taking it a little too far. I know I'm going to get a lot of garbage.
You are going to get heat for that.
I know, mostly from my wife.
You probably deserve it.
maybe I do. But with Syria, I think we got to do something. I think Trump's going to do it. I think and Obama, if you remember, the part of the problem was Obama messed up. He says, don't cross this line. You cross the line, and everyone knows what is it. What does a line in the sand mean? It means nothing.
Okay.
So I think we need to do something with Syria. I think we need to have a no-fly zone, get the UN in there, give them a time frame. I think we need to put pressure on Russia to give Assad asylum, get a new government in there. But we got to get it all goes back to Iran too, because Iran is putting in tons of money.
Everything's coming back to Russia. I mean, they're involved in our election. They're involved in this problem over in Syria. When did this all happen again? How long? I know. I mean, the Cold War ended in early 90s, and then since then, these oligarchs have risen to power and are worse than ever before. I don't think people realize how insidious the Russian invasion into the world's sort of.
Do you really think it
balance?
Ever stopped? Dude, let me ask you a serious question. I'm a proud American. I don't want to get any flack over that for being unpatriotic. Hasn't the U.S. for as long as I've been alive tried to interfere and involve itself with other countries' elections?
100%.
So all
We
of
are
a
the
su-
biggest hypocrites.
So all of a sudden, everyone's upset because people are trying to interfere with our elections.
you're absolutely
and
right.
everyone's surprised. Is this really a surprise that the Russians are trying to interfere with an election? Is anyone really surprised?
I'm not.
Okay, I don't think anyone is. I think this is a political news stunt. I think, again, I don't even want to say news. It's like an entertainment show stunt.
Right, but I mean, I guess it's like when the big kid on the block finally gets punched in the face by someone else and wonders where that came from. You know, that was us. We sort of emerged after World War II to keep the world order. And, you know, we had the Cold War with Russia, but it was sort of like, you know, they're doing it over there, we're doing it over here. It came to a head a couple times where it got really scary, but most of all, there was good deterrence by all the nukes that we all had. Now, it looks like they're really starting to meddle, and they're meddling in ways that really America like to pride itself as being the only ones to do on
But
a world stage.
There's a new weapon that it didn't make the news. It just slowly slipped into our society. It's called computers, the internet,
Right.
social media. Think about when they had the Arab Spring, how many governments did social media effectively overthrow? So just like in whatever year the nuclear weapon, the H-bomb was invented, we're going to have, we've had a new weapon invented, and it's called social media and bringing power to the people, and it's good and it's bad.
It really is. And
So-
we're going to get to weigh in on that with Diamond and Silk, too, because they're involved. They're embroiled right now in their own little battle with Facebook. So that'll be something we could talk about as well.
We've gotten very serious. Can I just ask you one question, not serious,
Please.
and then I know we have a break coming up soon. What do you think of plastic surgery on women?
On women?
Yeah, I know we go from Syria gassing little kids to plastic surgery, but this is the way I am. My brain just bounces all over the place.
I think if a woman finds a good plastic surgeon that knows what they're doing and makes it look real, all the power to them. To me, when it looks fake, both their face and beneath some garments, I don't find anything attractive about that.
So you think it's the results?
Yeah, I'm all for plastic surgery if someone knows what they're doing.
I'm against it.
Fully?
Yeah, I really am. I think people were born this way. We're all born this way for a reason. God gave us each our own unique bodies. Some of them are lousy, like mine is pretty lousy, to be candid with you. I got a lot of problems with it. But you know what? God gave it to me. I think plastic surgery puts a lot of pressure on women. It creates a fake society. I think it causes a lot of problems. I think I'm totally against it. To be honest with you, I'm against all kinds of, I don't know if I could say the word, but implantations here.
Implants.
Oh, implants, whatever.
That's all.
I think people should go natural, wear a lot of clothes. As goofy as I am, I like conservative dressing women, and I'm against plastic surgery, to be candid with you.
That's fine, but we do live in America. It's a free country, and so
we live in South Florida. It's like the home of the plastic surgery world. One day we got to get a plastic surgeon in here.
I would love to do that.
Or better yet, we got to get people who have gone through the plastic surgery who could show us. Have you ever been out with your wife? Let me, as a couple, as a
Have
date.
I ever been out? Is that where the question
No,
ends?
I know you go out with your wife all the time. But you're with a couple, maybe a friend of your wife's, and she's telling you she just got new implants, and she offers for you to feel them or to show them.
No, there was a movie, a John Candy movie, Summer Rental, back, I was like 10 or 11 years old. It came out, and that happened. There's a scene on the beach where the next door neighbor, a woman, had just gotten a new set of golf clubs, obviously, and she asks him to
by the way,
to sample them.
It's happened to me numerous times. I have not sampled them. I kind of, not really, I don't know if I wanted to. It's a little embarrassing, to be honest with you. But it was kind of, I found the whole experience unique.
Is your wife okay with you copping the feel when asked?
I think she would be. I think she knows I won. I'm a little bit
Oh,
prudish.
this doesn't happen in front of her? You get
No,
solicited?
she was right there.
That's what I mean. Is she okay?
In fact, the husband...
She doesn't give you the little nudge? Go ahead, Jack. I know you want
me to. In fact, what I thought was funny, this guy, he sold his... I'm probably going to get in trouble because we're friendly with them.
It's the fourth time you said that already, and it's only been like 15 minutes.
I know. Give us more time. I'll be sleeping.
Do you need a shovel?
I'll be sleeping at your house tonight.
Fair
but
enough.
the husband went through this whole story how he had to sell his jet skis, get the wife a new implants.
Wow.
But I figure he gets more use out of those.
It's funny because there's a motorboat sort of assimilation or affiliation to that region. So That's an interesting swap that you just mentioned.
Gotcha. So the bottom line is you're fine with plastic surgery. It just has to be done good, and I'm against it if anyone cares.
I'm glad we settled
So
that.
we got a few minutes before we have to take a commercial break for Diamond and Silk. What questions do you have for them?
I mean, look, for me, I'm all about backstory. When people rise to fame,
Can I back up? I want to ask our producer. Isn't Diamond and Silk coming on now? It's like 3:30.
I think we should take a break. Let's take a break.
Freddie, if you could figure this out. I apologize, audience. This is what happens on live TV.
That's okay. We got to pay the bills.
No, I don't want to take a break yet
on.
because if we take a break and then they're supposed to be on.
What does that mean?
Okay, so let's take a 2-minute break. We'll be back. We'll figure out what's going on with our guests, and hopefully we'll be back.
Did you own commercial or investment real estate that has equity in it that you can't touch? Do you want and need liquidity? There is finally an answer. Quick Liquidity is a direct real estate private equity company that can provide preferred equity, mezzanine financing, or second mortgages on commercial and investment properties across the country. Deal directly with the decision makers by calling 561-221-0881 or visit us at quickliquidity.com. That's quickliquidity.com. Are you a commercial real estate investor or own investment real estate? Are you tired of dealing with banks who never seem to close or turn you down? Does your company need financing to help with cash flow or make a purchase? Gelt Financial Corporation has been in business since 1989 and knows the financing that businesses need to succeed in today's competitive environment. Gelt offers a wide array of mortgage programs such as non-bank commercial and investment mortgages, bridge loans, and foreclosure bailout mortgages, as well as no-income verification programs for commercial real estate purchase and refinance financing. When your bank says no, we say yes. Call us right now at 561-221-0900. Gelt Financial understands that every unique situation is unique, which requires a unique solution. We pride ourselves on thinking outside the box to secure even the most difficult financing. Call us right now at 561-221-0900 or visit us at geltfinancial.com. That's GELT Financial.com. Welcome back to It's Down to Business with Jack Miller. Follow them on Facebook at Jack Miller Down to Business or on Twitter at HJackMiller1.
When the earth was created, the word came down. Take this world and turn it around. Now
Hello, everyone. This is Jack Miller with my main man. Welcome back. We are super excited. Diamond and Silk.
Oh,
Thank
my
you
God.
very much.
You ladies look ravishing, as usual.
Well, they always look ravishing.
How are you?
Well, thank you. We're doing wonderful. How are you doing?
I'm with you guys, or you gals, so I'm super excited because there's so much to talk about. You gals have torn up the media and made an unbelievable, I don't know what's going on.
A meteoric rise.
Well, the meteoric rise they've over the past couple years, but the past 24, 48 hours, you girls are unbelievable.
Yeah, I agree.
Wow.
So how are you girls doing first?
Well, first of all, we are doing as well as can be expected. You know, Facebook has deemed us unsafe to the community. Right. They didn't specify what community, so we're thinking maybe all people is what they're saying. And we're just like taken aback by it. They told us that it was not appealable. That means we couldn't appeal it. And so Silk had to put everything out there on social media because we needed questions answered. We just didn't know all of this stuff was going to just blow up and go viral. But people need to understand that censoring people's voices is dangerous. That's right. With Mark Zuckerberg having a huge platform on Facebook, that's his platform all around the world, it is not, we cannot allow one man to think that he can dictate what people can see and what people can hear. That's right. That is dangerous. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is to even demonize us and to make us feel like we're some type of animal, thug, or drug dealer, saying that we are unsafe. Our brand, listen, our brand is Diamond and Silk. Diamond and Silk is two women of color that's conservative, that support our country, that support this president and his agenda. So what are you saying here? Or are you upset because we didn't fit your narrative.
That's right.
Because we're pulling people off of that Democratic plantation one at a time. Because you couldn't spoon feed us anything. Because we was no longer going to vote for a system that kept handing us crumbs.
That's right.
So that you get threatened. And when you getting threatened by us, then okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to censor you. I'm going to thumb down your video.
Yeah.
And that's unacceptable on this platform. And Mark Zuckerberg is going to have to fix this.
I love it. You gals sounded as upset as my co-host here, Jack. He was on a rant
I'm
before.
on a rampage. So first of all, I want to go back for just 2 minutes. You ladies were on the show. I want to get the date. I tried to get a clip of it, but we're having some technical problems. November 22nd, 2015.
Do you remember that?
The Trump train was just about to take off. And
Yes.
you believed in him. I had a great clip
Yes.
of you from the show, and you guys believed in him 100%. So before we get to Trump, how has your life changed since that? At that time, I remember I asked you, are you going to go stumping for Trump? And you said, yeah, I got it on tape. You guys are now in the White House. You're an A-list celebrity. How has your life changed?
Okay, but we're very humbled by it. So
Make
our
it
life
humble.
has changed, but it has humbled us. You know, listen, I'm not up here. I'm right here with everybody.
Right.
I see what's going on, and if I don't like something, I'm going to speak out on it. And when I speak out on it, I'm not just speaking for us.
Right.
I'm speaking for everybody that's going through this here.
That's
I really don't care what side of the aisle you're on. Censorship is wrong. So our life has changed tremendously, for the good, for the better, I think,
That's
because
right.
we've met new people. We're thinking outside of the box. We see things. We now see things clearly with all 8 of our eyes.
And people are going all over the country.
I absolutely love it.
We're going to talk about your chit chat tour in a minute, because people are going all over the country.
Say that 3 times fast.
Chit chat, I can't say it, but go to diamondandsilk.com. The chit chat tour is there, and I heard they were unbelievable in Pittsburgh. I spoke to I think it's one of your daughters. I'm not going to mention her name. I'm trying to get you down in South Florida. I told her there's tons of people who want to see you. But let's back up for Facebook. I have so much to talk to you about.
Yeah.
So Facebook was censoring you. That's really what was happening.
Yes. They were censoring us ever since September of 2017. Our page went down for about 8 hours. We reached out to Facebook. Facebook brought our page back up, and then all of a sudden we noticed our reach, everything has started diminishing.
What?
Our fans, the people that like and follow our pages was no longer getting their notifications. We was no longer showing up in their feeds. They would try to like our page. They couldn't like us. They couldn't follow us, or they would somehow magically become unfollowed from our page.
Right.
Facebook was give them a box to pop up to ask them specific questions. I mean, it was just scary. But we've been back and forth with Facebook.
And they deemed you as what?
One thing we like to do is follow the rules.
They deemed you as what? Unsafe?
They deemed us as unsafe to the community.
Now,
Wow.
I don't really know you, but this is the second time I've had you on my show. I've spoken to you a bunch. I feel perfectly safe with you. There's a lot of people I don't feel safe with. You guys, I just want to come and party with.
That's
How
right.
could they possibly say?
Silk, where's the drink? Speaking of partying with you guys. Last time you had a drink with you.
I had to drink once we got this notification because I needed something to keep me calm.
So, a serious question. This is terrible. And I know I watched you last night on Laura Ingraham, and I saw what the media did to Laura Ingraham. I really feel there's almost like segregation is starting up again. You're either a conservative, like fast food restaurant, or you're a liberal, whatever. You're defined. I coincidentally, on my way here, a couple of the people in the office asked me where I'm going. I said, I have the radio show. Who are you going on with? Diamond and Silk. And, we watch CNN. It's like you're defined today, instead of by being an American, you're defined by your extreme beliefs. And I think that's terrible for society.
Agreed.
It's horrible for society.
Yeah.
And that's why we cannot allow any of these platforms, when they become these giant platforms and they're really huge, to think that they can dominate. You cannot manipulate and intimidate in order to dominate.
That's right.
And we can't let that happen. So what we have to do, when you write, you have to fight. But I don't mean fight with your fist. You have to challenge that. Wait a minute.
That's right.
How dare you call two women unsafe?
Yeah.
We don't sell drugs. We
We're not sliding up and down the pole. No. We're not out there doing damnable things in the community. I think people in the community look up to us. So you can't deem us as unsafe to the community. And especially if we don't take and push our page out there for people to see our page, people come to our page and like our page and they follow our page because they want to see our content. And the least thing that Mark Zuckerberg should do or be able to do is send our people the notification that wants to see our page.
And one thing, can I just make this here point? People, on that platform have built their branding pages because we built ours one person at a time. A lot of these people have spent money doing this here. And for Mark Zuckerberg to think that he can pull the rug from up under people, I'm taken aback by that. Oh, absolutely not. Oftentimes they tell us, especially minorities, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. But how can you do that when you have somebody to come along, snatch your straps, and then want to hang you out to dry with them? That's right. Absolutely not. It's not going to be tolerated. And we just don't speak for just our platform. Anybody that's being censored. If your freedom of speech is being stifled, we got to speak out on that because that is dangerous.
That's right. Now you just mentioned something about minorities. Within the African American community itself, you've had some backlash, and I know some of that started, especially when Jay-Z did an interview on the Don Lemon show on the aforementioned CNN, and he said some things about you when asked, and you guys have sort of gone back and forth. And can you guys describe, I guess, a little bit about what, sort of your relationship with the African American community is and what your feelings are about some of the negativity?
Well, first of all, I love African American people because we're black. So I love black people. But what black people have to understand is that we've been fed a bed of lies, a belly of lies, okay, for decades. We've had these leaders come out, I'm going to support you, we're going to do this, we're going to get a freedom march. And nothing changed. That's right. Absolutely nothing changed, and things still remain the same. We had a so-called African-American president for 8 years that did not do anything for the African-American community, okay? And we just didn't like that. So when it comes to African-American, the more they hate, the more we educate. And let me tell you something. You may not believe this here, but when we're out and about and in the airport, we get so many minorities, African-American, Hispanics, people that immigrated to this country and say, you know what, I did it the right way. Right. I came the wrong way. I went back and did it the right way. I mean, come up to us and support our president. And then we have people, you know what, I didn't vote for him last time, but when I see everything that's going on, I'm going to vote for him this time. That's right. So we're getting good responses from people in the African-American community. And they also thank us for being their voices. Say thank you, Diamond and Silk, for speaking for me because I can't speak over here. I make it ostracized or criticized. Right. So they thank us for speaking for them. Absolutely. So now, if you see any hate, listen, again, the more they hate, the more they educate. I can pull some of them off that plantation, that Democratic plantation. But I may not be able to pull them all because a lot of them, they so used to being handed crumbs. They don't want a whole cake so they can sit down and have a slice of their own cake. They so used to giving handouts, they don't want a hand up. We want a hand up. That's why we voted for the businessmen.
I think they're going to follow you because I think you guys are leaders and you're an inspiration. I think you're doing more good than you realize. You may be getting a little grief right now, and it may be hard, but I really think you're empowering a lot of people. You, too, are national stars from speaking your voice. You're really the American dream, whether people agree with you or don't agree with you. That's what I really believe.
Right. And no one can agree with someone 100%. I mean, everyone has different viewpoints on a lot of different issues. But you guys are very well educated. You speak to everything. You're honest, which is great. We love that. It's refreshing. And, obviously that's everyone else loves it, too. That's why you guys have rose the way you have.
Do you believe, because we only have like 5 or 7 more minutes with you. I have some specific questions. I think we live in such a polarized society where every day people are waking up and saying, Donald Trump did something wrong, let's find it. And every day there's 100 new accusations out there, and if they don't stick, they don't stick. But how is anyone supposed to govern like that? And he's doing a pretty good job, but how are you supposed to survive like that? The polarization in the country is terrible, and I wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Well, you're absolutely right. It's just like they tell him, go paint a house, but they got his hands tied behind his back. So he got to figure out how he gonna paint it. Well, I guess with his mouth or whatever. This is the hypocrisy on the left is real. And this is how you know that he's winning.
That's right.
When you turn on the television and they're spinning another narrative, they're throwing this in the news. It's Russia. It's a porn star. It's this. That lets you know that our president is winning and these people are afraid.
Mm-hmm.
The gravy train up there in D.C. is coming to an end.
Yes.
The swamp is being drained, even though you have some rat claws in the pipe. And so people don't know how to deal with that. Listen, they so used to these career politicians, they're not used to a businessman that say, hey, we're going to get this here done.
That's right.
You all are going to work. See, them people, them old heads up there used to sit around collecting money and don't do nothing and
Got
leave
it.
the American people riding dirty. Now you got a president that said, oh, no, not on my watch. We're going to get some things done up here. Hey, we betted on Trump.
Yeah.
We picked the right person, and he is truly making America great again.
Yesterday, we saw something unprecedented. The DOJ, President. The DOJ raided Michael Cohen, Trump's personal lawyer's apartment. I think it's the first time a client attorney privilege has been broken. Any thoughts on that? Because it seems like there's a war. It seems like there's this vendetta.
This looked like this is clearly an overreach.
Yeah.
And whoever authorized this raid needs to be fired immediately.
right.
Mueller needs to step down, or he needs to be fired. I would be okay if I woke up in the morning and the president said both of them was fired, Ron Rosenstein and Mueller. Because here's the deal. Why? I thought this was supposed to be about Russia.
Mm-hmm.
What does this porn star have to do with Russia? And why are we looking at something that happened that didn't have nothing to do with us, didn't have nothing to do with the presidency back 15 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear it. How is a porn star going to help us build a wall?
That's
What
right.
we going to do, slide up and down the pole? How is a porn star going to help us put more money in our pocket?
That's right.
We, the American people, are appalled by it. It's appalling. And it's the craziness, the hypocrisy, and this is why they're going to lose.
And they're doing everything they can to try to railroad our president.
Right.
And railroad Michael Cohen, but it's not going to work. I don't think any of this stuff is going to stick. In the end, Mueller and them is going to be the one looking like fools.
Exactly.
Got it. I love the energy, gals, but this is a business show a little bit, sometimes, occasionally, and just something that fascinates me is sort of your backstory and how you guys sort of came to be doing this. I guess it's your career now. You both have that listed as your occupation. Do you have anything else that you do as a career, or is this what you do for a living? And if it is, how did you sort of come to that?
Well, you can answer that, but this is a great segue to talk about the Chit Chat Tour.
Yeah.
Because I have a whole list of cities they're coming to. So
we'll talk about that. But back in 2014, December 2014, we started our YouTube channel. We love YouTube because YouTube lets you go off and say whatever. So we started that channel, and then we started making a few little videos. And then June 2015 came along, Donald Trump. He's announcing he's running for president. We loved it. And then all of a sudden, once he announced, the media started attacking him, so we had to speak out on that. We just didn't know that those 10 little followers was going to turn to thousands and millions of people seeing us. We just we had no idea. So we are video bloggers. This is what we do full time. We are always looking at the news so we can stay current. And then we do our Chit Chat live show on social media. Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, DiamondandSilk.com. Okay, we do that on Monday nights, and we take that show on the road. So now we're on tour. Our next date is coming up in May, and we're going to be in Greensboro, North Carolina. We're going to California, New Orleans, Louisiana, Ohio, Houston, or Dallas, Texas, one of them. So we are just, making our rounds. Yeah. It is very important as a conservative, as a Republican, with all of the hate that's going on in our country, that we are together with like-minded people. Because sometimes I can handle it, but sometimes my fellow brothers and sisters can't handle all this. Right. So it's good that we get together, we come together, and we have a good time.
Basically, take our message to the street.
There you go. I love it. Now, do you manage yourselves, or do you have like a PR rep or a manager or both, or how does that all work?
We take care of ourselves.
We are brand.
We are our own. Yes, that's right. Absolutely.
And is that hard? I mean, tell me about that. Did you have experience managing sort of anything in the past, or?
The only thing is that you got to keep looking, because you have several opportunists that try to tie themselves to you.
That's right.
So we keep all opportunists away. We don't like opportunists, people that want to take advantage of you, especially when they think you're dumb and you don't know you don't know what's going on. But we learn by trial and error, and we learn very quickly.
And that's
Awesome.
the way it is. There's nothing wrong with making mistakes.
That is a great story of American. That's the American dream right there. You guys embody it.
I think we have 2 minutes left. What's your thought on Syria? What do you think Trump should do with the gassing situation?
You remember when he dropped the mother of all bombs? Like we don't have to pull out the father of all bombs.
Yes.
Unacceptable as to what's going on over there. But I know that he's going to handle it. And the one thing I know about my president, he don't like to talk a lot about what he's going to do, but when you know anything, you done heard about what he did. And it's a huge story.
Silent is violent.
Yes.
So he's going to, one day something big's going to happen. And I think something big, he's meeting with, I forget the guy's name at North Korea, Sim Kum Jum, whatever. Yeah, Kim or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Lil Kim.
Little Kim, yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
We've never seen anything like this here. I think that would be that's huge. Because you know what? At the end of the day, maybe this man can come to the table and say, hey, I don't want to do this no more.
Right.
I want to make sure that the people over here are fed because I'm gaining weight. But the people over here are getting smaller because I can't feed them.
That's right.
You know, put the people first, okay?
Yeah.
And stop messing with the United States. You this tiny, we this big, okay? You know, if you shoot a missile and it hit anywhere over here, you're going to be destroyed. That's just how it is, okay? So maybe he can come to the table with common sense, but if not, we'll just see how it flows, how it goes.
Now, I mean, you guys love the fact that your man won and he's been president now for almost 2 years, but is there anything at all that you think he could be doing better, let's just say? Is there any area that you're critical of what he's done so far?
No. He is doing a phenomenal job. He is doing a wonderful job up there at that White House.
That's right.
Listen, we have more money in our pockets with tax cuts. Black unemployment is at an all-time low. Home ownership is at an all-time high. He has created the atmosphere where if you want to become an entrepreneur or be an entrepreneur, start a business, you can. He cut back regulations. He's doing what he said he was going to do. He's doing what we sent him up there to do. And he hasn't done anything wrong in my eyes. I love him. I love him and I love what he's doing. And for the first time in my life, I am so happy and I'm so proud of the President of the United States.
That's right.
There you go.
You know what I'm happy and proud of? That you two are here today because it's a huge day for you today while Mark Zuckerberg is testifying, I believe, at this very moment. We got to go, but can you give us your social media accounts? Because I want everyone to follow you on social media. That's how they'll stay connected.
Okay, Diamond and Silk. Diamond and Silk on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitter, and then our website, diamondandsilk.com, and get your Chit Chat tickets at diamondandsilk.com. Click on Chit Chat Tour.
Okay.
Thank you, Gal, so much for being with us again.
Thank you. It meant a tremendous amount. I'm glad we were there in the beginning. You guys are the best. You really are down-to-earth, nice people, and I thank you very much.
Please
can't
come
thank
back.
you enough.
Yeah, we love
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
And we're glad you're on you started the Trump train. You're leading the Trump train.
You are the Trump train.
Choo-choo. Oh, baby. I want to come and choo-choo party with you. Diamond Silk, thank you. Everyone else, thank you very much. We were super excited to be here with you this week. We had great guests. I just can't wait to hear the feedback. Todd, another great show.
Thanks,
and
Jack.
I will see you next week. Thank you, everyone. Tune in. Jack Miller, Down to Business at Facebook. Twitter, follow us at HJackMiller1. YouTube, HJackMiller. Thank you all, and have a great week.
Have a great week.
We hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to tune in again next Tuesday at 3 p.m. Check them out on hjackmiller.com. Follow them on Facebook at Jack Miller Down to Business or on Twitter at HJackMiller1.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of the station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
When the earth was created, the word came down. Take this world and turn it.
If you have investments and are tired of watching your